Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone. Today we are going to read one shloka from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, 3rd canto, 22nd chapter, the life of a Svāyambhuva Manu, the emperor of whole universe, how he lived his life. Description is here in this shloka. Shloka is here on the screen. Ayata yamastasya san yama swantara yapana Shrunavanto dhyayato Vishnu kurvato bruvata katha kurvato bruvata katha. Consequently, although his duration of life gradually came to end, his long life consisting of a Manvantar era was not spent in vain, since he never engaged in hearing, contemplating, writing down, and chanting. Since he ever engaged in hearing, contemplating, writing down, and chanting the pastimes of Lord. So here Maharaj Swayambhuva Manu's life is described. Consequently, although his duration of life gradually came to end, the Swayambhuva Manu's life gradually came to end. His life was very, very long, which was like a duration of a Manvantar era. And this whole life was not spent in vain, fruitless, because the king was always engaged in hearing about Krishna, thinking about Krishna, writing about Krishna, chanting about Krishna, everything about Krishna. So that is why his life was not spent in vain. So if we have a life long or short, it does not matter. But if we spend it for service of Krishna, then it is fruitful, otherwise it is useless. In purport, Srila Prabhupada writes, as freshly prepared food is very tasteful, but if kept for 3 to 4 hours, it becomes stale and tasteless. So the existence of material enjoyment can endure as long as the life is fresh. But at the end of life, everything becomes tasteless and everything appears to be vain and painful. The life of Emperor Swayambhuva Manu, however, was not tasteless. As he grew older, his life remained as fresh as in the beginning because of his continued Krishna consciousness. The life of a man in Krishna consciousness is always fresh. It is said that the sun rises in the morning and sets in the evening, and its business is to reduce the duration of everybody's life. But sunrise and sunset cannot diminish the life of a person who is engaged in Krishna consciousness. Swayambhuva Manu's life did not become stale after some time, for he engaged himself always in chanting about, meditating upon Lord Vishnu. He was the greatest yogi because he never wasted his time. It is specially mentioned here, Vishnu kurvato bruvakatha. When he talked only of Krishna and Vishnu, the personality of Godhead. When he heard something, it was only about Krishna. When he meditated, he was only about Krishna's activities. It is stated here that life was very long, 71 yugas. One yuga is 4,32,000,000 years. 71 of such yuga is the duration of life of Manu, and 14 such Manu come and go in one day of Brahma. For the entire duration of his life, 432,000 years, 4,32,100,000 years times 71. Manu engaged in Krishna consciousness by chanting, hearing, talking about, meditating upon Krishna. Therefore, his life was not wasted, nor did it become stale. So here, Srila Prabhupada ji is very nicely explaining about as the food becomes tasteless after some time, similarly, when we become old, the life is painful, useless. But in the case of Svāyambhuva Manu, it was not the case, because since early age, he was engaged in Krishna Katha, Krishna's service. From starting only, every day his routine was serving Krishna. So morning to evening, he was doing Krishna Seva. So usually, as the sunset goes down, our life reduces by one day. However, in Krishna consciousness, when you are engaged in service of Krishna, sun or moon does not affect you, because life is always fresh. Svāyambhuva Manu was the greatest yogi, and he never wasted single second of his life. He always serving Krishna. He talked about only about Krishna, nothing material things he talked about. So his life was very, very long. In one day of Brahma, there are 1,000 yugas, and 1,000 yuga cycles: Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara, Kali Yuga. And in one day of Brahma, 14 Manvantaras come. Svāyambhuva Manu is the first Manvantara, and then other Manvantaras. Now, so every 71 cycle, there is 71 cycles of 4 yugas, one Manvantara comes. So this is the life of Svāyambhuva Manu. It's a very, very long life. But even though it was long life, he did not spend in material enjoyment, but he spent all his life for service of Krishna. So we can learn from this Maharaj Svāyambhuva Manu that our time, short or long, does not matter. He says that Shunavato dhyayato Vishnu kurvanto bruvata katha. Always hearing about Krishna, listening, hearing, talking, thinking, everything about Krishna Katha. That is the purpose of human life. With that, we'll pause here. Grantaraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.